Hello and welcome. Today I will be doing my top 7, bottom 7 of 2017 books I've read. I might say quite a lot of books. It's probably the most I've read in a year. I've read 32 books. I think this is right. And my goal was 30, so disclaimer or something, I don't know. Because I'm not one to buy books because I live in Sweden. I like to read English. I don't like to read Swedish literature. Maybe some more adults, but the Swedish youth literature seems to be not my style. And just less is not as a big market as it is in America. Because there's like so many more artists that can write in English and write books. In Swedish there's like much less. It's more expensive to buy English books in Sweden because they often ship them. So that's why I listen to most of my books, or I have borrowed them from libraries. So I only have one book, and that one is also borrowed from school. So that's why I have that book. But I listen through a thing that the library has for people who have dyslexia and other kinds of... You just might say that I have... My first language is not English, it's my second language. I have dyslexia, but I love to read, so if that could be an explainer about why I don't pronounce all the names right, is a really good explainer. Let's begin, let's do the worst, and let's start with a book that I actually have. This is actually a translation in Swedish. So I listen to it in Swedish because it will read it in Swedish, but it's an English book. I listen to some books also in Swedish because they don't have every book read in English for some reason, because like it's many people reading English in Sweden, but like there's more people listening in Swedish. So sometimes I have listened to a book in Swedish, so it might could have affected how I like the book. First on my worst list is On the Road by Jack Kerouac. I do not like it. I gave it 2 stars on Goodreads. I listened to it in like a week because I needed to an assignment. And it's so pointless. It's so pointless. It's a great, like, the whole like scenario, and it's beautiful, but the whole thing about the book is so pointless, I feel like. So it didn't really speak to me. It's modern. We read a lot of modern books in schools. The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. This book, the premise, it's so cliche. It's just, I don't know, I didn't like this. It was just, I give it 2 stars, I think. I don't know what to say. I didn't enjoy it. The next one this is in no particular order. Some of them I know I give 1 star, and some of them I give 2 stars. So some are worse, but I just... Other one is The Last Star, Rick Yancey. This is the 3rd and final book in the 5th wave. I read the 5th wave a long time ago, loved it. Started the 2nd one, didn't enjoy it as much, but I did not like this. It was really disappointing one. This one I know I really hated. I give this a 1 star, and it's Alchemical Hearts by Crystal Sutherland. Don't read this book. I'm sorry, but don't spare yourself by not reading it. And here's another book you should not read. I'm so glad because I've seen this in school, and I know some other classes read it. So this is a book I'm glad we didn't get in school, because I would have dreaded reading this book in school. And it's We Are Liars by E. Lockhart. Don't read this book. It's so... And then it's another book. It's this book I read because of a series. We All Know Wishes. It's 13 Reasons Why. I have had it before and knowing about it, but then I heard it was going to do a series, so I picked it up before the series came out. And then I listened to it, and somehow the book is better than the series. Believe it or not, I think the book is better. The last one of my worst book I read in 2017 is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Neve. It's the same author who did All the Bright Places. Don't read just read all the bright places. And then now to my top 7 books, and no particular order, even though I only give 5 stars to 2 of them, so basically they are the top. I can take them in last. Those 2 ones I'm like, why haven't you read this? The other one is, you should read them. So first one to kick it off is The Sun Is Also the Star by Nicola Jun. Love this, love the premise, love everything. It's really great. It's such a lovely story. It's taken place all in one day, and that is what I'm most impressed about. Some might find the concept a bit creepy. I'm sure, yeah, it's a bit creepy, but it's. I read 3 Rainbow Rowell books. One of them that I loved the most, I read Landline Attachments, and then Eleanor Parker, which is on here, which was the first one I've read this year from her. I think this is one of the first books I read this year, and it's so nice and lovely, and I understand why Rainbow. I had an moment when I like. This is why Rainbow Rowell is my favourite author. She can write for every age. It's like she really knows how to bring out characters. It doesn't matter if they are adults, if they're young adults, if they're children, if they're teenagers. She knows, if they're fictional characters, she knows how to write characters and build stories around them. Then we come to the last book I read this year, and it's You Know Me Well by Lena LaCour and David Letton. Really enjoy it. It's a really nice book. It's about 2 teenagers, both being gay in San Diego, I think, San Francisco. I don't remember, I just read this. Read half of it on my way to my grandparents and the half of the way back. Really easy read, you don't want to put this down. Amazing book I read, and I'm having one of the other books on my TBR for January 2018, and it's Simon versus the Homo sapien Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This one is great. I remember I listened to this and it was that one that read it is really boring. He reads a lot of other books I had, and it's very monotone. But the story really shines through, even though the reader was monotone. It was amazing. It was like I could come past the monotone voice, and everything was just so great. You should really read this book if you haven't yet. So this is Saga from the Future. I've edited in. I forgot to talk about this, A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. Also a book I loved. I gave it 4 stars. It was a really nice book about deaf people and people who have explained things. It was really lovely because I've just been with my family to Edinburgh after reading this, and they go to Edinburgh in this book, and the mountain they climb up for, I've seen that mountain. It's hella big. And it's like, it gave so much more to have been in a place and then reading about it. It was really magical. So now, to my 2 books only 2 books I gave 5 stars this past year. And for me, a book really has to be one that I can follow along me all in life, that I will go back to many times. First of them, where I know this hype around this in BookTube, and I was so afraid not liking it. Because I don't really into fantasy right now. I'm more into contemporary novels or fluffy shit. But this one really put me into sci-fi and the more fiction stuff, and that is called A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Oh my god, I am so in love with Sarah J. Maas. I thought when I read this. I am still not as much her other books. Her other series, I mean. The Glass Series, the From that Coronavirus, whatever it's called. I don't like it so much. But this one, it's everything. It's like, oh my god, I can see how you like it or don't like it. But it's bloody amazing. And I am saving the second one, the sequel, and the 3rd part for a rainy day, for the sun, like in the summer. I'm just saving it because I want this to last really long, and I've heard something that people don't like the third book as much, and some really loves it. So I just want to save the bubble of amazingness for as long as possible. My last book and my top 7 best is also one I've seen had a lot of good stars on Goodreads, and I was like, is this book? Looks like exactly what I want to read right now. It looks like exactly what I want it to be. Is it what I think it's gonna be? And I started reading it, and it was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was everything I wanted it to be. It was like I was writing the story. It was like, oh my god, I want this to happen right now, and it did. I want these two to get together, and it did. It's kind of cliche and out there and everything, but that's what I like about it. It's a good cliche, fluffy, good feeling, young adult, contemporary. You just love the character, you just love... There is everything great about this. And I'm like, I didn't want it to end, but it ended. To check out Morgan Matson's other books. Did I say the titles and she been gone? That was my top 7 and worst 7 of 2017. Because I'm really trying to read more. My goal for 2018 is 40 books. I'm done 2 already. So I hope you all had a good 2017, because I had one. It had ups and downs, but it was a good reading year for me. Found a lot of new artists that I'm really enjoying to see what they do in the future. Comment on book I should read now this year that I'm like, why the hell did you not read this saga? You should read it. Thank you all for watching.